Hi, I'm Bob, and welcome to Between the Sheets, where we look at Microsoft Excel and related technologies. In this episode, we're going to look at a handful of functions that help us split text apart. That is, text contained in one cell that we can split into multiple cells. These are still in beta at the time of this recording, which is in August 2022. I'm running a beta of the Windows version of Excel, but your installation may not have these functions available yet. You probably know that Excel already has several techniques for splitting text, like the text-to-columns feature or flash fill, but these techniques are static. They're just a one-shot deal. But with the functions I'm going to show you, the results will be dynamic. So let's take a look, see how it works. First, let's look at the choose_cols function. As I said earlier, this is in beta right now, so you may or may not have it available by the time you see this video. On this sheet, we want to grab the country name and the Q3 and Q4 columns and put them in another location. This is the sort of thing you might want to do with the XLOOKUP or VLOOKUP function, but those functions won't work here because the rows don't have unique identifiers. Let's go look at the syntax. The way this works is we say equals choose_cols, and then in parenthesis, we've got, I'll call it, two arguments. The first is the entire range of data, and the second argument, or second through 256th argument, is which columns you want to get. So let's say we've got a data area that looks like this. We would say equals choose_cols, A3 to A15, because that's the entire data area, and then literally 1 and 8. So if I want column 1 and column 8, in this instance, I would get column A and column H. So in G4, I'm going to say equals choose_cols, and you notice because I have those functions available in this installation, I get the little syntax pop-up help. So I'm just going to choose that and press tab. So I'm going to select from A4 to E24. So I'm going to go up here, go all the way down there. Now, if I wanted to, I could create a range name for this data area. I'm not going to do that. This syntax sometimes gets in the way, so I'm just going to drag it out there, comma, and I want columns 1, 4, and 5. So I'm literally going to put in 1, comma, 4, comma, 5, close a parenthesis, press enter, and we've got it. You notice this is a spill function. The function itself lives in the upper left corner. When I click that cell, I can see there's the function in the formula bar, and all of these others, when I click any of these others, I can see the formula is grayed out. So that is a spill function. Also, you notice that no formatting comes with it. I can apply formatting if I want. I could do something like this. I could grab that column header, take the format painter, and paint across that, and that works just fine. What if you have a column of text that you want to split into two columns, like first names and last names? As I said before, there are a few techniques you can use, and what I'm about to show you is another option. It's also going to be dynamic. Let's look at this sheet. What I want to do is I want to take the names in column A and I want to split them into two columns, into column D and column E. And you notice the text is clean. Everybody has a first name and a last name. There's no middle names or anything like that. Now you might know, as I said in the intro, you might know how to do a flash fill. Flash fill isn't going to work in this case because column C is blank. Flash fill requires that there is no blank columns. You might know how to go to the Data tab and use the text-to-columns feature. But also, as I said, that's a static one-shot deal. We're going to do this with a function, so it's going to be dynamic. Let's take a look at the syntax of the new text split function. The way text split works is like this. We say equals text split, open the parenthesis, and just two arguments. What's the text that we want to split, and what is the delimiter that we want to split it with? So for example, let's say I have apple pie in cell B3. If I say text split, go to B3 and use a space, it's going to say, okay, there's a space between apple and pie, and then it's going to split it into those two different words. So at the top of column D, I'm going to say equals text split. There's the function coming up. So the text is going to be A5, there's the name, comma, and I want to split with the space. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a space, I'm literally going to hit the space bar inside 2 double quotation marks. And that's it. And I close the parenthesis, press enter, it works. I'm going to go and autofill it. Now normally I would take the autofill dot, I'd get the cursor on the autofill dot and I double click to fill to the bottom. That is not going to work because column C is blank. So I'm going to go and drag this all the way down to the bottom. This works great, but what if the list isn't so clean? What if some of the cells had middle names too? The text split function wouldn't work so well. Let me go to the next tab of this worksheet. So you notice that most of them are clean, first name and last name, but a couple of them have middle names. Equals text split, there it is. I'm going to click on that name, comma, put a space inside double quotation marks, close it, and just like we did before, I'm going to go and fill to the bottom. Now for most of these, it works great, but when we have some middle names, things kind of get pushed out of whack. We've got the middle names where the last name column should be, the last names are pushed over to the side. So with a couple of dozen rows, it's not such a big deal, but imagine if you had thousands and thousands of rows, that really just wouldn't work so great. Previously, we would have to struggle with a bunch of nested functions, and that would get difficult and confusing. But now there's a much easier way. Well, 2 ways really. 2 functions called text before and text after. These functions are pretty simple and straightforward. The syntax is equals text before, put in the delimiter you want, and optionally, you can put in which instance you want. So in a case where we have middle names, you will have more than one instance of that space, right? You'll have the first one and the last one. Text after works the same exact way. Same syntax. So let's go into this sheet and we'll give it a try. So I'm going to say equals text before, and there's the text that we want to split, comma, and like we're talking about, I'm going to use a space. So I'll put a space in between 2 double quotation marks, close a parenthesis, and I get the first name, go to the bottom. That all works pretty well. So for the last name, it makes sense to do text after, right? Because we have that space as the delimiter, and let's get what's after it. So let's see what happens. I'm going to say equals text after. There's the name I want to split, comma, like before. I'm going to put a space in between double quotation marks, close a parenthesis, enter. So far that looks good. This time I can double click to fill to the bottom because I do have something to the left. Problem is, most of these, it works and it works great, but those instances where we have 3 names, again, it's not working so great. But remember, the syntax allows us to specify which instance of that delimiter we want. So let's go and delete all that, or could undo, either way. And let's specify the second instance. Let's see what happens there. So I'm going to say equals text after. Again, there's the name, comma. I want to split at the space, comma, and I want to split at the second instance of it. Well, this one gives us an error. Autofill down to the bottom, and this works great for those 2 cells where we have 3 names, but for everything else, that just throws an error. So I'm going to undo that. Now, here is what works really well with text after. We can have the function use the last instance of that delimiter. We don't have to know, is it the second one, the third one, whatever. We could just say use the last one. Now, this is another example of something that used to be so complicated and is now just really super simple. Check this out. You're really going to like it. I'm going to say then equals text after. Grab the name, comma, put a space in between the quotation marks, and to get the last one, I'm going to say -1. Close the parenthesis, and now let's autofill it. And hey, check that out. Check that out. This works for all of them even when you have 3 names instead of 2. Works like a charm. So these are functions I wish we had long ago. You can see how useful they are, and I'm really glad Microsoft is introducing them in an upcoming release. So until next time, my name is Bob, and this has been Between the Sheets.